Welcome back to the Prestige, everybody. Good news, I got some full graphics for us this week. Did some extra work, and everything's filled out. Finish rate, all my confidence, all my rounds, all my props are filled in. We're ready to go. Let's go. I get surgery in about 10 hours on my finger. They're gonna cut it the fuck up some more and see what they can do with it. So, a little anxious, so we're gonna make the video, and we're gonna fucking get it going, because it's Wednesday, and I don't have anything else to do. I was gonna make a video yesterday or Monday, but I was house sitting over the whole last week, and I haven't been home at night, and therefore I didn't make the video, and then I just figured I might as well wait till some more NFL props come out so I can get some better bets in for you. But we're going to start the week off strong with a women's fight. It is Melissa Crowden going up against Tainara Lisboa. I think they're both 34 years old, 6-2 against 7-3. Crowden's got the height and reach advantage, 5'10 with 70-inch reach, 5'7 with 67 for Lisboa. I don't really have that many other stats for Crowden, but Lisboa does have a 50% finish rate and a 58% takedown rate, or takedown defense. This fight, Crowden should have a longer reach, and she should have a pretty big physical upside here. She should have more of a finishing ability. I know it says finishing rate 0, but that's just for the UFC. And if she has the power to keep the fight standing, she should just absolutely dominate this fight. Lisboa, if she can get Crowden to the ground, which she might, she could submit Crowden. We don't really know, well, I don't really know what Crowden looks like on the ground fully yet. So I only saw bits and pieces of Crowden fights, but she looks like kind of like a size bully. She looks like maybe like a Jasmine Jasdavicius, kind of like she fights like. Kind of just pushes people around and uses size and leverage to get it done. She does have some knockout power though, and she does like ground and pound. So I think it's going to be Melissa Crowden gets it done by KO. I think it'll be around 2 or 3 KO for that fight. So we're going to move on to Azamat Bakoyev going up against Yusri Belgaro. I don't know how the hell to say that. Sorry about that. Yusri. I can't even apologize to the guy. Anyway. Azamat's 29 years old, 20-3, 6 foot tall with a 72-inch reach, 100% takedown defense so far with a 100% finish rate on his wins. Yusri Belgador. Hang on, let me try and. Yusri Belgaruri. Anyway, he's 33. He's 8-3 with he's 6'5 with a 79-inch reach and 81% takedown defense. This fight, I kind of go back and forth with. I think if there is a finish, it's going to be on the Azamat side. He's kind of like a wrestler, boxer, grappler. He'll mix in takedowns, ground control, heavy top pressure, some ground and pound. And Belgari comes from a high-level kickboxing background. He's got a good striking pedigree, long reach, and he is pretty good at staying distance with his 81% takedown defense. It's really just a striker versus grappler, and I feel like it's going to be Bakoyev if there's a finish, and Belagaru. I'm so sorry, guy. If there's a decision. So take that for what it is. I think Bakoyev can get it done. But I don't know what you think. And I don't know what's going to happen yet. So And as you can see, my confidence isn't all that great on it. So, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we're gonna go on to the next fight, which is Stephanie Luciano versus Ravenna Oliveira. Stephanie Luciano is 25 years old, 6'2", 5'6" tall, with a 65-inch reach and 80% takedown defense. Ravenna Oliveira is, I think this is her UFC debut. She's 7'2", with a 5'5" height, with 65-inch reach. So they have the same reach. Luciano is 1 inch taller and 1 win more, with 3 years younger. Ravenna's takedown defense is kind of porous, but I don't think Stephanie's going to take her down. Stephanie is a aggressive striker. She will pressure with combinations. She has really good hand speed, and especially for the women's division, she'll look to overwhelm her opponents. She prefers to stand and exchange volume, and she doesn't really like to grapple. And Oliveira is opposite archetype. She's methodical. She likes to grapple. She's position over anything. Like she likes to be in a good position for the fight, and she doesn't like chaos at all. She has a jiu-jitsu grappling base, and she likes to take advantage of overcommitting opponents. I think Stephanie is going to take the win here with the hand speed and the boxing combinations. I think she's also going to be better at dictating the pace, and she's going to win the minutes, and therefore win the judges over. I think it should be a good showing for Ravenna, but I think Luciano takes this by decision. Kyle Prepelic versus Drew Dober. Prepelic is 30. They're both 36 years old. Prepelic's 18'9", 5'10", with a 70-inch reach. They both have a 70-inch reach. They're both 36 years old. Prepelic's 2 inches taller than Dober. With both, they both have about the same takedown defense and finish rate if you take everything into account. So they're the same fighter. Drew Dober has a more power and used to have a better chin, but we'll see. Prepelic's a technical striker with decent boxing fundamentals, but he does have limiting finishing power. He prefers to stay at mid-range, and he uses combinations. Dober is a compact southpaw powerhouse. He uses forward pressure, and he goes crazy, and he used to have the durability to do that. He used to fight like Justin Gaethje, but his chin's kind of been giving out on him, and I'm hoping that the time he took off will have made an impact on that. Plus, Kyle isn't really that big of a striker, so I think his chin should hold up for this fight. Therefore, I think he should win this fight. I think it's going to be a round 1 Dober KO, but he could win decision. It really doesn't. That one's really hard to call for me, so sorry about that. We are going to move on to the Danny Barlow versus Jordan Santos. Barlow's 30 years old, 9-1 record, 6'2" tall with a 79-inch reach. 100% takedown defense. Up against Jordan Santos, who's 28 years old, 10-2 record, 6 foot tall with a 75-inch reach. They both have really good takedown defense, to be honest. Barlow is a rangy striker with sneaky power and underrated wrestling. He uses jabs and calf kicks to control tempo. Santos is an explosive and athletic striker. He leans on bursts and grappling transitions. He also likes to chain wrestle into ground strikes. This is going to be like control versus chaos. Barlow likes more of a steady, controlled fight, and Santos likes more of a chaos. I think Barlow's going to win this by decision. I think he's experienced enough to keep this at range and keep with his takedown defense to keep it on the feet and keep it in his world. And in his world, he should be able to hold up. I do worry about Santos a little bit, but I'm pretty confident in Barlow. So, again, this isn't like a lock or anything. It's how I feel. If you think otherwise, please leave a comment. I need more comments. I need more likes. I need subscribes. My channel sucks, but I like to think it's because the effort I've been putting in has been slacking due to all the shit going on in my life and depression and anyway. Moving on to the next fight. We got Charles Jourdain. No, Bruno Silva against Hyun Sung Park. I, for some reason, thought Hyun Sung Park could beat Tetsuya Taira when they fought. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Taira's good as fuck. But that being said, I should be more confident with this pick if he didn't scare me off with this Taitsura. Silva is a violent brawler. He kind of grapples, but he doesn't like submit. He's unpredictable, and he's always kind of looking for a finish and a knockout and ground and pound. He relies on just brute strength and athleticism more than technique and structure. Park, on the other hand, is very disciplined, calm. He likes to just methodical and very technical with his striking, and then he is very sneaky grappling, and he's very smart defensively usually. Taira he lasted the second round with Taira, so I mean, I think Park can control the chaos in the first round, and I think he gets it done in the second round, probably by submission. But again, I'm probably about 50% sure, really, but the confidence on the screen is because of Park's last fight. Now we got Charles Jourdain against Davy Grant. I like this fight a lot. I think this is good timing because a lot of people are going to be on Jourdain because they just saw his brother fight in the Contender Series, and he looked very good. And not that Jourdain's not good. Anyway, Charles Jourdain, 29 years old, 16, 8-1, 5'9", with 69-inch reach. They have the same reach, about the same height. Davy Grant's actually 10 years older. But I love Davy Grant. How can you not like Davy Grant? Charles Jourdain's fluid, explosive southpaw striker. He kicks a lot, spins a lot, knees a lot, and he likes to kind of get in like a flow state. And Grant is an unorthodox pressure boxer. He's got heavy striking and heavy hooks, and very underrated with his grappling and wrestling. He thrives in just chaos and wars, and he likes to just tire people out and then just kind of laugh at them. Again, tempo versus chaos. It's kind of the story of this whole card. I'm taking Davy Grant. I think with all the spins and all the kicks that Jourdain likes to throw, he might crack Davy and he might knock Davy out. But I think more often than not, Davy's going to grab him with all those spins and kicks. And it's going to be a grappling match within the first minute of each round. And I think that's going to either tire Charles out or Charles is just going to give up. I believe I've seen Charles give up on himself before. I'm not saying anything like terrible, but he does fade, and especially when he's grappled, he fades a lot. So I'm very, very high on Davy Grant on this fight. I love Davy Grant, and I'm going to be sad when he retires eventually, but it's not going to be this fight. I think he wins. Kyle Nelson against Matt the Steam Rolla Frobola. Kyle Nelson's 34, 15-2 record, 5'11" with 71-inch reach. Going up against Matt Frobola, 35 years old, 10-3, 5'9" inches with a 71-inch reach. So same size. Frovola's a little bit shorter. Nelson is a striker grappler, I think. He likes to blend boxing with low kicks, and Frobola is a relentless wrestler, boxer base, and he likes to use forward momentum, and he can get a little wild at times, but he thrives in the chaos. Again, Nelson is more the steady fighter, and Frobola is the chaos. In this particular fight, I'm going chaos. I think Kyle Nelson's a bit overrated. I think he only pretty much fights in Canada, and I think the Steamroller, I think he's going to get it done up there. I think he's going to get it done pretty early. I'm going Steamroller Frobola by knockout. I just think Nelson doesn't have the threat to make Frobola worry about it. Therefore, Frobola is just going to frickin' go. And when he goes, it's over. So that's my breakdown. Very professional. Next up is Cody Gibson versus Ricky Lang. I've been fading Ricky Lang for a while now, and it's been pretty successful. And I have been trying to get Cody Gibson to get a win for me for a while now, and it's been unsuccessful. So I think one of them's got to go. Either my fading Ricky Lang fails, or my losing betting Cody Gibson fails. But I'm going Cody Gibson here. He is the elder, but he's very experienced. He's a rangy, experienced grappler. Solid wrestling and a good jab. He does mix in the martial arts. He likes to take down and control a lot. And Ricky Lang is a compact, high volume striker with aggression, and he has some bursts. He does have durability, and he can get in some pocket firefights. So I'm thinking that Cody Gibson's going to want to just take him down. He might start with a jab and then work his way into the takedown. But if Cody Gibson fights the way he should fight, which he should, he needs wins. I think this is a pretty easy fight for him. I think he just dominates. I have a bet in, I think, already for -3.5. I think he just dominates Ricky Lang for 3 rounds and gets a decision. I think his hand speed's about the same, and I think his size, he's bigger. He's going to be stronger. I think he's just big. It's just a terrible matchup for Ricky Lang. That's it. That's my breakdown. Oh, man. I don't want to do this one. Alright, we got Mignon Furrow against Jasmine Jazz the Vicious. I love Jazzy J. She's one of my favorite fighters to watch and bet on, and she's won me a lot of bets. I might have one in for still this fight, but I'm not. We're just gonna go with that. Furrow is a very good fighter. She's elite movement-based striker. She controls range with side kicks and blitzes and angles. She's one of the best distance managers in the women's division. Jazz the Vicious, however, is a grinder, and she will push forward, clinch, takedown, and she uses a lot of top control in her game. She's pretty durable, and she does force opponents into defensive shells a lot. This is going to be just Mignon Furrow trying to keep it range against Jazzy J, trying to get it to the ground. And I am going to be rooting for Jazzy J with all of my heart. And I'm not betting Firo at all. I actually have the other side. But I can't put that out there. I think Firo is going to win. That's why I have the broken heart where Jazzy J is. Just because this breaks my heart to say. But I think Firo wins a split decision. I think it's going to be close. And I think Jazzy J is still going to keep her head up high. As she should. And she's a very good fighter. I love Jazzy J. And I hope she fights for a long time. Moving on. Now, from a fighter I love to a fighter I hate. I absolutely hate Marlon Vera. This is a bias alert. The only person I have ever cheered for Sean O'Malley was against Marlon Vera because I disliked them both. Marlon Vera is just a boring fighter. I don't understand the hype. I don't get it. You just do anything. I don't understand how this guy ever wins a decision. He's a durable, slow-starting pressure boxer. He has an elite chin. He's got good kicks, and he does time his power shots well. But Zahabi is a very disciplined striker, and he relies on tight boxing and fundamentals, which I don't think Marlon Vera is going to find his entries that he likes. Stylistically, it's probably going to be a pretty boring fight. It's like a patient versus patient. And I'm hoping Zahabi gets it done. I think Zahabi gets it done. I think they have about the same output, and Marlon Vera is going to give up the first round like he always does. So, a couple ways you can go about this. You can go look at the finish rates. You can go, if there's a finish, Chito Vera. I think that's plus money right now. Finish only, no bet, Chito Vera. You can do that, because I don't think Ayman Zahabi is going to finish Chito. You could do over, because I don't think it's going to be an early finish if there's a finish. I'm going Ayman Zahabi to buy decision, and I'm pretty certain of it. If you just look at... Neither one of them are active. I'm very confident just because I absolutely dislike Marlon Vera, and that's pretty much my breakdown. I think he's boring, I think he is overrated, and I think he is in like the hospital category. He's just been passed up by the game. Moving on. Alright, so a fighter I love to hate, and I hate to love. Kevin Holland. I think when he fights people that have better skills than him, which is 80% of the UFC, he gets mentally defeated before he gets in there. I think he's kind of a regional fighter, Kevin Holland. I don't think he would be in the UFC if it wasn't for his mouth and for his fans. I love to watch him. I like his mouth. I wish I would stop betting on him, which I should stop doing. But I'm locked in on Mike Malott. He takes his job way more serious. It's in Canada. He loves being Canada's hero. He puts that pressure on himself every time he fights. He just cares more. And Kevin Holland, I don't trust him to not be the fighter to take a cut or a little bit of extra money to give a little bit more propped fandom for Mike Malott. Listen, shady shit happens in every sport, in every government, in every business. Why the fuck do you think it's not happening in the UFC? People are paid to lose. People are, you can't tell me otherwise. Anyway, I think there's going to be incentive to get Mike Malott a win, and I think Kevin Holland might just, slip. My real breakdown is Kevin Holland loves to lunge when he strikes, and he almost always lands into bad grappling positions. So he's going to overextend on a punch or something, and he is going to end up on his ground, and he's going to get submitted in the first or second round because he likes to give up on himself. But moving on, because I don't like talking bad about Kevin Holland. I really like him, but it just... And Randy the Leader versus Brendan Allen. What are we doing? Who wins between Brendan Allen and Robert Whittaker? Like Robert Whittaker. Like, this is a step down from Robert Whittaker. Brendan Allen's taking this on short notice. This is Rennie the Ritter all day. Minus 3.5, minus 5.5. Sub within 3 rounds. Like, Brendan Allen's a good fighter. But he's the middleweight fighter of the world. Like, he literally is boring. He doesn't do anything fun. He doesn't do anything interesting. He doesn't have a good personality. He doesn't... I don't know. Rennie Ritter's fun. He fights derpy. He looks derpy. He's got a good game. He hits like a fucking truck. Yeah. That's my breakdown. Alright. And the prestige bet of the week. The odds aren't fully out yet. So I got Steelers money line, Judkins, yards, over 70. It's against Miami. He should get that, no problem. Rico Dowdle, 80 yards, all purpose. He's got 200 over the last 2 weeks. Each week, you could go higher than that. I'm gonna, like, the odds aren't out yet. I'm gonna take whatever's around minus 200. I'm gonna take whatever it is though. Even if it's 130, I'll probably stop around there. Sam Darnold, 220 plus. Vidal, I'm gonna look at his props. I don't know what it's gonna be. Let me just take another look real quick to see if they're out yet. Talk to you guys a little bit more about that. Please like and subscribe to my channel, by the way. I need more love. I got that. Alright. I do like Drake May, but I feel like his... Yeah, 210 yards for Drake May is minus 206. I like that too. But is Vidal rushing out yet? Yes. No. Longest rushing yard is out. His rushing is not out yet. And Scatterbo, I think I want the attempts in Scatterbo. Because I don't know. But the dynamic double, I am super confident in Zahabi and the Ritter to get it done for me. And then I'm a Bengals fan, but they suck. So I added, and I think people are actually sleeping on the Steelers this year. I think with Rodgers and Tomlin and a decent offensive line and some good weapons, like that team, I don't even want to say it. So Steelers money line, Eamon Zahabi, Ritter plus 262. And then my Thursday night football parlay I have every week, 4-pick. I added the bonus from DraftKings. I don't show my money because it's none of your business. But Steelers first quarter, Steelers half, full game money line and over. Bengals traditionally start slow. Aaron Rodgers and them have been methodically starting pretty fast. Even with a field goal opening, they're going to win the first quarter. We haven't scored in the first quarter, I don't think, yet. I think we've scored 0 points in the first half in the last 4 weeks or something. So, that being said, I think Flacco does put up like 14 to 17 points. So, you add that to the 30-ish Steelers get, because we always give up 30. And that's like 47 points. So I think the over 42.5 is pretty good. And all the shit's not done yet. So hopefully I'll have a video up for my single game parlays. I do, like I said, oh, I'm so sorry, you guys can't see. I am getting surgery today on this. Let me see if I can show you guys what the cut is going to look like. If anyone cares, please hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Boom, hit that like, hit that. I'm sorry, that was terrible. I'll never do it again. Where is this? I didn't plan on showing you guys this. Video is pretty much over if you are not interested in seeing what is about to happen in my hand. But if you are interested, hold on. 30 seconds. I hope. I'm so sorry. I know who I sent it to, so let's see if I can open it up in Messenger. There we go. Alright, that is what the incision on my hand is going to look like. All the way down the back. They're going to carve out, I don't know if you can see that. They're going to carve out the scar tissue and see if I can get some movement in my middle finger. That's all I can move it right now. That's it. I cut it all the way off. It got reattached. The other two died and got taken off again. I hit it on the wall the corner of the thing the other day. Alright, anyway, thank you for sticking around if you did. If you care, love you guys. Please like, please subscribe, please follow, please share. Let's get this money. Let's get it done. Thank you for coming to the